When people hear the name Leonardo da Vinci, they think of genius, the Mona Lisa, flying machines, anatomy, engineering, art. But calling Leonardo a genius can hide the most important part of his story. He was not powerful because he knew everything. He became extraordinary because he never stopped looking closer. While most people accepted the world as it was, Leonardo asked questions. And then he worked long enough to search for the answers. Leonardo was fascinated by almost everything. He studied birds because he wanted to understand flight. He studied water because he wanted to understand motion. He studied the human body because he wanted to understand life itself. He did not separate art from science. To him, every question was connected. A painting needed anatomy. An invention needed observation. And observation required patience. This was his advantage. He paid attention longer than most people were willing to. Leonardo left behind thousands of pages of notes and drawings. They were filled with ideas, diagrams, questions, lists, and unfinished experiments. He wrote about muscles, machines, rivers, weapons, architecture, and the movement of birds. Most of this work was never made for applause. There was no audience watching him take notes, no likes, no comments, no reward at the end of the day. Just a person, a question, and the discipline to keep studying. That is what people often miss. Great work is usually built in private, long before it is seen in public. Leonardo was not a machine. He left projects unfinished. He changed direction. He spent years exploring ideas that did not become famous. So his lesson is not to create a perfect schedule or never lose focus. His lesson is deeper. Do not confuse discipline with being busy. Real discipline is returning to the work that matters.
It is staying curious after the excitement disappears. It is continuing to learn when there is no immediate reward. Leonardo did not become remarkable in one day. He built his mind through years of attention. Today, information is everywhere, but deep attention is rare. We can watch 100 short videos about a subject and still never truly learn it. We confuse consuming information with understanding it. Leonardo did the opposite. He slowed down. He observed. He wrote things by hand. He asked questions that took years to explore. In a world designed to pull your attention in every direction, this may be his most useful lesson. Your ability to focus is becoming a superpower. You do not need to paint like Leonardo. You do not need to invent a flying machine, but you can copy his method. Choose one subject that genuinely interests you. Study it beyond the surface. Keep a notebook not just for tasks, but for questions. Write down what you notice. Ask, why does this work? How could it be better?
What am I missing? Then, return tomorrow. A person who studies one thing deeply for a year will often surpass someone who chases 10 things for a week. Genius is often described as something you either have or you do not. But Leonardo's life suggests something different. Genius can be a way of living, a habit of noticing, a refusal to stay shallow, a willingness to be a beginner again and again. His greatest strength may not have been intelligence. It may have been hunger. The hunger to understand more than he understood yesterday. You do not need more motivation. You need something worth paying attention to. Find a question that keeps you awake. Study it when nobody is watching. Keep going after the novelty fades. Because talent may make people notice you, but deep, repeated attention is what builds a mind capable of great work.